Hey guys, it's DJ Wonder Chrissy again, and man, have you been watching gold and silver? Gold skyrocketed through $2,000 yesterday, finished around 2,040, and this here, the silver is now it broke through the $25 range yesterday. I've been hitting up against it for weeks, and all of a sudden it broke it. I don't know what it's doing today, but today we're here to do a video on what you're not being told. You're not going to see anything in the media about Deutsche Bank. And last week there's been like zero. A bank that has $1.5 trillion in assets, and yet we don't see anything in the media. Don't see anything on the Intra-webs. Seems a little bit odd to me that we're not hearing about what's going on there, because Deutsche Bank is connected to every continent and every nation, and they have problems, we have problems. So that's one thing we're not being told. Geez, another thing you probably aren't being told is that in the last couple of weeks, our government, right, the Fed, the Treasury, they pumped 500, that's 500 billion, as in B, dollars into their rescue efforts of the banks. The FDIC insurance fund only had $129 billion in it, and that, I think they used all of that in the SVB savings or savior. So there you go. They're busily trying to, put some more money into that fund so they can insure your deposits. And we've talked about this before, but you don't hear the government say this either, that only 1.2% of all deposits in banks are actually insured by the federal deposit. They call it the DIF fund, DIFF. So if all the banks in the United States went under, they would only be able to insure 1% of all monetary deposits. So, like we talked about, it wasn't meant to cover mass contagion bank failures, and we may as well see that. Janet Yellen, and it actually came out, 2 weeks ago, she was saying, we're not going to see any more bank problems, not going to see any more banks. Well, a couple of days ago, she came out and said, well, maybe we might see some problems in the future. So she's taken a 180 turn on her comments, and doesn't make you feel kind of, safe, does it? So there you go. There's the banks. I'm still supporting that you guys need to get some of this stuff out of your bank account and put it under your mattress or do whatever you do with it, because if it's in the bank, you may not get it out. You may not get it out, and there's a lot of scenarios, folks. There's runs on the banks. There's a cyber breach that could cause your bank to go down. It could be just some banking issue that, the banks decided to close on a Friday or Thursday and not open up until a Monday, and ATMs go offline for whatever reason. If you don't have some of this hidden somewhere, easily accessible, you may not get it. You may not get it. YouTube is awash with people who are, trying to get the wording out that go into your bank and they're putting limits on how much you can take out, and they're people. If you haven't tried it, you might as well try it before you need to actually do it. But I firmly believe that you need to have some of this laying around your house just in case something goes bump in the night. And going back to this stuff, the silver. Silver and gold. I just got an email from my silver broker or silver dealer that they're adding a limit now. You got to spend at least $500 on silver purchase in order to order it. So they've instituted. They're just deluged with people wanting to buy silver, and a lot of it are people who have never bought silver or gold before. There's a lot of good channels out there on YouTube. One is Yankee Stacker. He does a good job where he's talking to people buying gold and silver, and some of them were for the first time recently. So, you know, this stuff, and actually, like I said, my dealer sent out an email saying that it's going to take a little bit longer to get this stuff. Normally, you order this stuff online, you send them a personal check, and then once they get the check and the check clears, and then maybe 4 or 5 days after that, they send it to you in the mail, nicely packaged, kind of like this, wrapped up real nice, and there you go. So you get a package like this. You can then do what you want with it. And you know, the reason I stack this stuff is if there is a financial crisis such as the dollar collapsing, I know you haven't heard about that in the news lately either, but there's a lot of countries that are getting away from the petrodollar, and that is not good for the U.S. dollar, folks. It's growing. They're called the BRICS nation. They're starting to trade among themselves in yuan and the rubles or whatever. They're not using the American dollar, and it's going to have a profound impact on this stuff. So we'll talk about that again in another video, but it scares me. It scares the hell out of me. You're not hearing about that in the mainstream media, but you're going to hear about it here. So stay tuned. I think that's all I have for today. Keep stacking. Hey, keep stacking this stuff. DJ Wonder Chrissy over and out. And thank you for watching, folks. Like, share, and subscribe.
Here. I just wanted to remind everybody that the summer season of Land Cruiser Midwest is coming very soon. So stay tuned, and please like, share, and subscribe. That really helps us out a lot. So thank you very much. Looking forward to seeing you all. Bye.